My name is Gordon Corsetti. I'm the manager of men's officials development here at US Lacrosse. I'm a longtime lacrosse official, a longtime fan of the game. I'm a friend and co-worker to many here. I'm a son, and I live with mental illness. You know, I grew up in Atlanta. My dad and all of his college buddies had moved down, and they had a men's club team, and they all had sons, and they were like, we want to have youth ball, and so Atlanta Youth Lacrosse got started. Every great memory I could think of for childhood on that thing. I mean, we're, mud games or just, all the practices on that end of experiencing youth lacrosse with a whole bunch of other guys who had no freaking clue what the heck we were doing, but just having fun with it. And that was my first introduction to lacrosse. And part of that bit with high school that got difficult was around 14, 15. I start getting these, I've described them, written them as whispers. You wake up in the morning and the first thought is yeah, why bother? It's very subtle. I'm still dealing with puberty, I'm dealing with all the crazy stuff that high school is, and trying to figure out stuff in college and still get good grades. And oh, by the way, I wake up every morning and I don't want to be here. And the tough part was not showing that to anybody. And so it's just tough to wrap the head around that, and then try to, you lose those logical faculties of because so much energy is spent dealing with just standing up. I got a handle on it. Surprisingly, the medication was very effective. I didn't have a bad thought in my head. I didn't have a thought like I'm worthless, I want to kill myself, people, people don't like you, nothing. There wasn't any pain. And I'm sitting here going what is this? Because the last time I could remember that, I was 10. And now suddenly I have clarity of thought, and I just stood there. I was like, this is nice. Okay, cool. And then I went about my day, and it was from there the stuff that happens of I'm feeling good. Let's 86 the medication. The thing that has given me this, let's get rid of it. But it's not really that thought. The whole thought is just I'm fine. Why would I need to take this thing? So my parents, after 2 weeks of me basically being in my room, my mom eventually got me out and doing stuff, and I started helping more with the Youth Lacrosse League that they just recently kind of restarted for the local YMCA. The officiating side, I got into. I'd done a little bit as a younger kid, but this time around we actually needed somebody to ref the little games that we were doing in the fall, and all right, so I studied and did that, and then I was just let's see how to be a high school ref. And I got hooked on that. I got hooked on being able to focus on a game for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and more than anything, I got hooked on not thinking about how frickin' awful of a person I was. So to have that little break, so that gave me what, I knew what I had. Okay, I have depression, I got that. So I'm taking medications, I'm doing therapy, it's still not it's not greater than the sum of its parts, all these things. And I find officiating, and suddenly I have this thing where I get to run around, and I found my niche. That was just it. My dad's a coach, I'm the ref. It just worked out that way. My big three are still having a therapist, taking my meds, and getting exercise. Those are my big three, without a doubt.
The original title of the draft that you sent me was Lacrosse Saved My Life.
Mm-hmm.
How did lacrosse save your life?
Well, if I was to redo that title, I'd put it in the present and say lacrosse saves my life. It's my outlet. It is definitely my thing. I'm fortunate that I found a thing for me. I know not everybody does. The fact that I can go out onto a field and try to do everything I can so that the players have the best experience possible. From way back in the day where I was the table kid. I was like, I'm getting the score right. And then one day the refs couldn't show up. And so they're like, all right, let's give Gordo a shot. And now, whew, so many years later, I get to put together things that, you know, guys call me or email me or Facebook me, is like, hey, this video or your article, like, help me understand this. And then I got a call right in the game because of something that you put together. That really means the world to me. I was given a lot from this game, and I'm fortunate here at USL that I get the opportunity to give back, and hopefully in a way that is more than I got back. And mainly it's just I feel I owe the game that. But that's my reason why.